Good morning, good morning. Big Weir, road2roo.com with your morning Honda Z, your sip of coffee. It's Friday. I'm relaxing for the weekend, so probably won't post. Um, but I have posted the Friday road trip for private road members. Go check it out in the private road section. It is the third update on the timeline. So the timeline had 2 videos, and then this will be the third update. So there's 5 videos on that timeline. This one's called The End of the Line. Yes, I do have a time, place, reason, and all that. Go check it out. If you're thinking about joining the private road, now's the time to do it. I'm also giving away, where'd it go? Silver coins and 100 Theta and 500 Theta fuel on a paper wallet. So if you don't have any Theta, good time to get your Theta. Just hit subscribe today and it'll take you to the subscription page. You can also renew and I'll send you the Theta and the coin. I think either of these investments, the coin or the Theta, will pay for itself. And it gets shipped to your front door. So if you don't have cryptos and you're like, why didn't I ever get into cryptos? Now's the time. I was giving away $20 worth of Bitcoin when it was $200. So those people are doing very well on their road to Ruta subscription. I'm just saying. I want to talk quickly about cryptos. Have we bought them? Probably. In the latest run, again, they can click a mouse and put it anywhere they want, but you know you've bottomed in a rigged market when the White House comes out and starts talking shit again about cryptos. So that is a clear time to buy. Article: White House warns on dodgy drug dealings with digital currencies. We all know the CIA has been involved with drugs for a hell of a long time. If they wanted to stop drugs, they would start with the number one facilitator of drugs, and that's the U.S. banks and the U.S. dollar. By far. Cryptos are ridiculously small compared to the number one way to deal in illicit drugs and not get caught is go through a major bank. Cryptos, you'd probably get caught if you do it with cryptos. You go through a major bank, no way. That's where they run cover. So it's ridiculous that they even approach this subject, but it is a sign that they're trying to keep people away from cryptos. Reports emerging that the Trump administration has taken another dig at digital currencies. As usual, mainstream media outlets are running with the FUD, spouting stories of despair as Bitcoin does not bat an eyelid and continues its consolidation. China targeted in drug epidemic. So Mnuchin's going after the cryptos and China, his two nemesis right now. People ask me, well, this the new judge in the Veritasium trial is an Obama appointee, deep state guy. That's gonna be bad for cryptos? Remember, the deep state's all into cryptos. So I don't know how that trial's gonna go, but the deep state absolutely wants cryptos to go crazy, especially right now because they think that by crashing the economy they could take Trump out, and Trump's their biggest nemesis right now. So yeah, I don't know what's gonna go on with the Reggie trial, but if the judge does throw out the freezing of the assets, it's a huge shot in the arm for Veritasium, obviously, but for the altcoins as well, because it would set back these criminals at the SEC who really don't know what they're doing. They're trying to apply ancient laws to a high-tech future, and it's just not working. And they're completely over their heads. The head of that division just left at the SEC. The guy who was heading up the crypto investigations just left. I'm just saying. So keep an eye on that. Anyway, 2 advisories were issued yesterday by the White House warning over the use of cryptocurrencies for drug purposes. Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, which issued the advisory, targeted financial institutions to be vigilant over drug trafficking. I'm surprised they didn't lay some drug trafficking charge on Reggie. So ridiculous. It's specifically related to the purchasing of synthetic opioid fentanyl, which is sweeping across the U.S. Also targeted were international crime organizations, especially from Mexico and China. Coincidentally, President Trump's top 2 antagonists at the moment. It's not a coincidence. Everything is being done on purpose. So half the country right now is saying, "Oh my God, I gotta get cryptos because Trump hates them." It is insane. And speaking of insane, the whole world is going insane. I talk about this in the latest video on the private road. What's going on with China? How important? Remember the Smoot-Hawley Act, the trade wars back in the 1930s destroyed everything. Trump knows that. Everybody knows that. So absolutely, Trump is trying to destroy things. How weak is the economy? Your last minute Jackson Hole Fed preview. Powell in turmoil. Remember, Powell's the guy who stuck the derivatives at Deutsche Bank. He is the guy the reason he was placed as head of the Fed was all about derivatives. We will see. Tesla's still blowing up cars. Here's an interesting one. David Koch dies. I don't know. Could be a takeout of some of the deep state actors. He's definitely one of them. And then Trump is poking China by sailing ships through the Taiwan Strait, military ships. We may go to war. I don't know. It might end up that we end up going to war. Who was it? The guy, the time traveler guy. I forgot his name. That Snippy talked about. I talked about it quite a bit too. Said there was a world war in the future. The timeline got screwed up on his, but and in that world war, Russia ends up dropping like 3 nuclear bombs on cities in the U.S. Basically, deep state strongholds, 3 big cities in the U.S. But they give people like 3 days notice to get out of the city. We're going to end this by dropping bombs on their strongholds. Is that going to happen? I hope not. I don't think so. I think we're on a different timeline. But hey, you never know, right? He did predict a lot of things that came true. Forgot the name of the guy. Yeah, it'll come to me. But just go to Snippy's channel because he did like a 3-4 part interview on all his discussions. It was really good. Love my boy Snippy. Need to get together with him. He's back home now from his world adventures. And we'll try to get 3 amigos because on my live chat yesterday. Oh, check out my first live chat. It went great. Thank you guys. Sorry, I went back and looked at some of the questions. I'm like, sorry, I missed so many questions because they sit there and they fly by when this thing's going on. But yeah, we're going to do more of those starting next week. I'm going to get regular times when I do them. Maybe even every day on the weekdays. Like I'll do a morning Horn of Z's and then questions at noon. Maybe. Every day might be a little ambitious. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it was great fun. And sorry I didn't get to everybody's question, but I will promise to get as many. I wanted to limit it to an hour, and an hour went by like that. So I might go 2 hours next. No, just my whole day. Well, I live on the camera. Like, what was that movie? Where the guy's whole life was on camera. He didn't even know it. My mind's going today, apparently. All the trivia from the past. Not enough room in my head. Futures hit after global Times warns Beijing will soon reveal retaliatory tariff, which they did. And Comey, FBI, willfully ignoring highly classified Clinton emails. It's so obvious. Oh my God. The question is, when are they going to start pulling the plugs? They got to start pulling the plugs. These criminals are probably still abusing babies just like Jeffrey Epstein did all the way up until he had women posing as lawyers coming into his jail cell or into the meeting room with lawyers. Very young women. It was insane. I don't know if I trust Barr all the way either. I don't know. For him to allow this shit to happen. And we all know Epstein's on the Kinley Island. He was taken out a long time ago and said, hey, you go live over here. We're going to put a body double in and kill him and say, yeah, it was strangulation. It's just so much fraud. It's crazy. Patrick Burns stuff I talk about. It's huge. Huge. I talk about in the timeline article. If you want more information on the road to Ruta, go join our Patreon. It's only $10 a month. I got all kinds of good stuff there, including the two start of the timeline articles. I got the full live show of the Bitcoin Band meetup, all kinds of good stuff. Patreon's awesome, but if you want to go deep, go to Road to Ruta and subscribe to the private road. all kinds of good stuff. Don't forget to watch the 3 Cliff High interviews and support the Road to Rudo. This is Big Square, roadrudo.com. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good weekend.